and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saieed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. In a little update for you, Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation, Eliza Hur, has confirmed that the Blue Wave Harmony is nearing the end of its sea trial, with completion expected by the end of February 2026, pending final safety and operational checks. He was responding to a question in the Senate on behalf of the acting Prime Minister and the Minister of Works and Infrastructure, Julian John. Minister Zakro confirmed that sailing schedule will be published on Friday.
Night berthing exercises are due to commence tomorrow, February 25th, 2026, as part of the final evaluation stage, after which the vessel is expected to transition into full commercial and passenger operations. A regularized sailing program is being prepared, and consistent with established practice, the schedule will be published this Friday, providing at least 1 week of confirmed sailings at a time.
So viewers, another update, the Prison Officers Association is reporting an ongoing trend of officers being denied firearm permit, despite the inherited risk of their jobs. They are once again lobbying for an amendment to the Firearm Act with a special provision for service members. Listen to Trinidad and Tobago.
52 officers on our WhatsApp chat who face several years of delay in their FAIR application, and we will have to put that before the court because we have to mandate the Commissioner of Police to do his work.
So viewers, Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisesa joined regional leaders on a stage for the opening ceremony of the 50th regular meetings of the Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM in Bastia, St. Kitts and Nevis on Tuesday. On Monday, the Prime Minister and her delegation arrived in St. Kitts. She said she was looking forward to meeting with her fellow regional leaders. Listen to this, Trinidad and Tobago.
It's a historic time. 50 years is a long time to celebrate. There's much that as the CARICOM we have done together, and there's far much more that we can do together. So happy to be back in St. Kitts and Nevis.
So viewers, the Prime Minister is expected to deliver an address at the opening ceremony on Tuesday at the Marriott Dome in Frygate Bay. We'll have more details on that for you in the next cast. So Trinidad and Tobago, as news comes to us, we bring it to you, the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago, where we deal with the issues at hand. Viewers, let me tell you something. We didn't just happen just so, We just didn't happen, This is the program where you could call in and say your road need fixing. This is the program where you could call in and say you're waiting 10 months for your pension. This is the program where you could call in and say the hospital don't have medicine. This program was designed for the people. The current affairs situation that is happening in the country, this is the program that we highlight the issues to get it done. At the end of the day, we are paying human beings who have applied for position. They form the party. When the party win, the leader of the party assigned individual to a post, to a ministry, to make sure that that ministry performs for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And if that ministry is not performing, well, then something wrong. Now, a minister who is sitting in a position to help the citizen is not there for himself. I want to let you understand that. And I want D.L. Singh to understand that. While the health were crying out for help, D.L. Singh, what were you doing? I'm going to tell you something. In the coming days, I'll tell Trinidad and Tobago what D.L. Singh was doing. What was Foster Cummins doing? Did he care about the people? In the coming days, we're going to tell you about Foster Cummins. Let me tell you something. all these ministers benefit themselves. Let me tell you something. For 10 years, PNM governed Trinidad and Tobago and go in the constituency of the ministers. Go in the constituency of the ministers where they govern for the last 10 years and see if their community upgrade. See if their community upgrade. But we the citizens, we so dumb and we so stupid and we so foolish. You know what we do? We praise them for sitting in a position that does nothing for our community. Absolutely nothing for our community. I heard about 2 days back, Dr. Rowley say he again feed for a pig and a goat. A few days back, Dr. Rowley, who was the Prime Minister for Trinidad and Tobago, for 10 years, 9 years, let me say 9 years, he again feed for his sheep and his goat. Shame he should come out in the media to say something like that. Did Tobago benefit from anything? Does Tobago have any company? Does Tobago have any development? Does Tobago have agriculture? Does Tobago have farming? We, as individuals, it doesn't matter how much brain or how smart we are. Our ministers that govern our country benefit from being in parliament, but go into their constituency that they govern in and see how many work that they have done. Ask each. So all these PNM people, right, who voted PNM in the 2 general election, what did the ministers did for your constituency? Is the road better? Is the water service better? Is the social development better in your community? 9 years of PNM and where you reach. And we do here now, when this new party called the UNC gets into parliament on April 28th, changing government from PNM to UNC, we hear Saddam Hussein, who's a minister in legal affairs in the UNC administration, reading documents one after the next, corruption and corruption and corruption. So my question is to Saddam now, are we going to get back the corrupted money on the corruption that was paid out? This is what we want to know. Because Trinidad and Tobago, Clongenberg came out in the media and said, this UNC government has no money. So where all the money go on Clongenberg? What did you do for your community? Is it better than how it was 9 years back? Is it better than how it is when you were governing? No, Trinidad and Tobago is the same way. No development, billions spent, and we going 40 years backward instead of 40 years in the future. It's a stinking shame. Billions of dollars spending, and look at the healthcare in our country for 1.4 million people. It stinks. It stinks. Rohan Sinan and Ministry of Works and Transport for 9 years. Look at the road in Trinidad and Tobago. Look at the road. And the PNM people proud to have him there. All are proud. And what kind of road all I get? Remember long ago when Bolkiat used to run on the road? When Tasca used to run 40 years backward? That is the kind of road we have. And all are praising them ministers. All are praising that human being. All are benefit anything? You go down in a hole, you mash up your shocks. You think you could go by Rohan Sinanan? You can't go. You go in the hospital, they have no medicine. You could go by the Alsing. No, the Alsing using all the taxpayers' money to fly out, just like Keith Rowley and the rest of them. So now, almost 1 year now, UNC has taken over. Almost 1 year now. So now it's time that I side now wants to find out what the UNC has planned now for the next 4 years. What are they doing? What are they going to do for the next 6 months? What they hope to achieve in the next 6 months? Let me tell you something. Forget PNM. Forget PNM. What I want to see is Saddam Hussein and his government carry some of them to court because of corruption. Let me tell you something. Too much corruption taking place in Trinidad and Tobago, where $billions are being spent, ministers are getting away, and we, the poor people in Trinidad and Tobago, have to pay increased tax. Increased tax. It stinks. It sucks. Dr. Rowley, I have no feed for my goat and my sheep. 9 years you was the Prime Minister for Trinidad and Tobago. You were studying to develop Tobago. No power going to your head, so you get like a clown. You're happy. You have power. Now the power gone now. You have no food for your sheep and your goat. As the power gone, you have no food for your sheep and your goat. But you come out now on here to tell Trinbagonian, you have no food for your sheep and your goat. You can't get food. You developed Tobago? Did you develop Tobago as a man from Tobago? As the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago for 9 years, what did you do to benefit Tobago? The Tobago Island where you're going back to. Sad, it? It's sad. Now you come out to tell who Trinidad? You wouldn't feel sorry for your goat? You wouldn't feel sorry for your sheep? Them again no food? What about when you're telling the human beings and them who put into power, all they tighten all your belt? While all they buying $3 million painting. Trinidad and Tobago, listen to this. Listen to this. The fully loaded MV Blue Wave Harmony docked in Port of Scarborough, Tobago at 7:10 a.m. this morning. The vessel sailed from Tobago last night, carrying all cargoes that arrived at the port of Spain. Minister of Works and Infrastructure, Jolene John, who visited the port yesterday morning, returned in the evening to make sure operation went smoothly. According to Port Authority CEO, Marcia Charles, who was speaking at last night's visit, it was a full-cleared sailing. Listen to this.
We have 185 trucks on board, as well as flatbeds and 5 20-foot containers.
Okay, fine. So everything that came went on board?
Yes.
Right? You left back nobody?
No.
Nothing is left back?
Yes.
And we have no...
Yard.
We cleared the yard?
Yes, yard.
All right, so the yard is clear.
So Trinidad and Tobago, the minister dismissed criticism of the cargo service, describing US $25,000 per day vessel as a beast, capable of taking everything on board abroad. Listen to this.
Tobago business is good business. All right, so these people opening their mouth and bringing their stuff. If there's a shortage, it means that it needs more suppliers in Tobago.
So Trinidad and Tobago, like I said, UNC came in a few months now, but I want to let you understand something. I know for no party, so don't feel like picking sides. What we're looking at what is in front of us, logics. For the last 9 years, what development has Trinidad and Tobago encountered? How better is our economy? Clongenberg said they had no money. And that is same Clongenberg used to say, boom, Mr. Speaker, we booming until we had no money. That's how we booming. That is the kind of boom we have. Instead of B, supposed to use a D. We doom. Clongenberg should be ashamed. Let me tell you something. Clongenberg supposed to be ashamed to come out on a media conference or a press conference or even to answer anything on social media or having to do with the media. You should be bloody hell ashamed. Ashamed for a minister in the Ministry of Finance for 9 years. And the Auditor General is still waiting on documents that the ministry spent, and they have no paperwork for it. Imagine that, Imagine that. But all I want to come out now and talk now, UNC this, UNC that, UNC the next. All I was here for 9 years. Each one of us should shut all their trap and free to come out on the air. It's sad, it's stinking sad. Some of them may be going home with a bank account bigger, buy property in foreign countries. But you know what's the sad part about it? All are driving on the road of Trinidad every day go by. Every day go by, all are driving on the road. Millions in some of their bank account. And on the same stink bad road we're driving on. All are going to the same hospital where they handle medicine. All are dependent on the same teachers and the teach all their children. And all their grandchildren. And all their family. And all their cousin. And all their brother children. And all their sister children. And people from the village. It's sad, eh? It's stinking sad. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, Minister John also received assurance that there is no backlog of cargo at the port. The MV Blue Wave Harmony has been under scrutiny since its arrival on January 22nd, 2026. Mechanical issues and an incident that damaged its hull near Tobago delayed its maiden commercial sailing by a week. As a result, Tobago business were under tremendous pressure to maintain current price. 1 week. 1 week the boat down for at Tobago bowling. But all I had a prime minister there for 9 years. Was it better? Was it better? Ask yourself that. 1 week, one boat shut down and Tobago bowling. This is the reality that faces us. We can't hide from it. We can't duck from it. We can't run from it. This is the reality that faces us today. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, we're going for a short commercial break. When we return, Farley holds government to deadline date as Tobago patients run thin. More when we return.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to Real Talk Financing and Investment, a place where your loans are guaranteed and you're rewarded with up to 5% upfront interest on your deposit. Why wait when you can invest with us today and reap the benefits? Speak with a representative at our central branch at 238-6716, 231-6219, or 339-1670, or our south branch at 242-9944, 241-0543, or 339-1670. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Investment company just for you. For you. For you. For you.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Welcome back.
So welcome back to Trinidad and Tobago. Remember, viewers, we are Real Talk Financing. In Trinidad and Tobago presently, we have the highest interest rate on our fixed deposit. So viewers, it's 5% on fixed deposit. Remember that No other financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago offers you 5% on a fixed deposit. So remember that, viewers, when you want to get more money on your hard-earned cash, contact us at 339-1670, 238-6716, or 267-7325. Remember, Real Talk Financing, viewers, is the place to get more cash on your investment. Remember that. Also, viewers, we have some excavator for sale. We have vehicles for sale. 60% down. Real Talk Financing will finance you for your vehicles. Remember that. Heavy equipment. Once you're buying from us, we're financing you. Also, Real Talk. Well, everybody know we have a yacht. Real Talk yacht. Down the island, Trinidad and Tobago. Down the island, 15 person, 5 hours, eat, drink, lime down the island. Now we go with maritime laws here now. So Trinidad and Tobago, it's 3,500 for the 5 hours. If you're interested, contact me, 339-1670, and you can spend the day, a half day, 5 hours down the island. You could go with your family, you could go to your loved one. If you want to go and see the sunset, Trinidad and Tobago, we could arrange that too. Carry Dolahin and Dolaha going out, looking at the sunset, drinking some nice champagne under the stars. We could arrange that for you, viewers. Remember that. Contact us today, and we'll give you the best package we can. So, viewers, as the Tobagonians' patients are running thin due to disruption to the cargo service, Chief Secretary Farley Augustine, speaking during a THA press conference on Sunday, apologized to his fellow Tobagonians as he recalled disruption as a cargo star vessel as well. Listen to this.
The Cabo Star went out of commission here on January the 12th, and about a week and a half or 2 weeks later, we had the Blue Wave Harmony here. I asked for patience because the Blue Wave Harmony came, and there were some accidents and incidents here in Tobago with the ramp, accident along the jetty on the side of the Blue Wave Harmony, and rightfully, Tobago, your patience is running out, and that is understandable.
So Trinidad and Tobago, according to him, they did have some issues. It was understandable. He apologized to his Tobagonian followers, and sailing yesterday, sailing today. So according to Jolene John and her ministry, Tobago has goods. Tobago business people has goods, and that is good. Now, Farley, he acknowledged that business are feeling the impact of the ongoing issues, scrambling for basic items, and dealt a blow to the tourism and construction industry. Listen to this.
If you go to the rural parlors and shops, then some goods are not filtering to them. I'm being told, for example, Associated Brands, that they have no cereals and chocolates, that Bermudas have biscuits, but holiday foods, they are out of snacks. The kids' products are not coming up fast enough. Those are some of the things that we're getting. Of course, we had an issue on island with getting cement and steel and building materials through the hardware.
So Trinidad and Tobago, that was some of the items that were missing in Tobago. I wanted you to know what was going on in Tobago, hence the reason why we play this clip for you now, so you would understand what was taking place with the business sector in Tobago. But boats have started back sailing, transportation back and forth now. So I'm hoping by tomorrow all those business places in Tobago will be fully stocked. Fully stocked. But Trinidad and Tobago, the problem is now, after 9 years, follow me closely, after 9 years of the PNM administration, Dr. Rowley from Tobago, what has been the development in Tobago? What has been the development in Tobago in order for them to sustain themselves? Imagine 1 week the boat down, or 2 weeks the boat down. And we had a government running Trinidad and Tobago for 9 long years. And what was the development for Tobago? Ask yourself that. Let the Tobagoan people ask themselves that. Let the Trinidad people ask themselves that. What has been the development under PNM administration for 9 years? The roads remain the same, the schools remain the same, the health center remain the same, the rush to open a part of a hospital, empty floors they rush to open, PNM rush to open Tobago Airport. Oh God, oh. It's like you're building a toilet and you rush to open the toilet but you have nothing to use in the toilet. That's what they rush to open to say PNM leave a legacy. They leave a legacy of opening empty places. All I saw the bus terminal that Fali opened in Tobago. All I saw it, let me tell you something, it is class. It is class to the goat pen they opened in Trinidad and Tobago that cost millions of dollars. I remember when they cut the ribbon, 4 posts, a 10 by 10 decking, and some galvanized. If rain started to fall, you had to walk with umbrella right wrong you, or we're on a plastic coat. Millions spent behind that. Fitzgerald Hines had opened that. I remember that? Director, remember that? It's a shame. It's a shame. Fali opened a bus stop, a terminal in Tobago. Let me tell you something. The thing have seat, glass on, air conditioning, TV to watch, and that just a bus stop where people go to wait for the bus. The bus comes, they stop, you're on board. If rain falling, you're dry. Internet service and you're watching TV while you're waiting for the bus. In Tobago, in Trinidad, they pour 4 posts, put some galvanized, and they cut a ribbon. Million going down the drain for that. I remember when Fitzgerald Hines opened that? Nevertheless, so viewers, listen to this. Frustrated by ongoing delays in receiving their adjusted salary, despite the signing of a 5% wage increase in April 2025, the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association on Monday formally delivered a letter to Finance Minister Devendranath Tanku demanding action. Tutor President Crystal Ash, speaking in an interview, detailed the union request. Listen to this.
Basically identifies the fact that we have not received any definitive timelines, and we are asking for timelines. We are asking for when it is you're going to pay the new salary and when it is you're going to pay the back pay. We want dates. Don't blow smoke in our faces again anymore.
So I want to ask that same individual who's saying, don't give me no nonsense again. Don't give me no this. Don't give me no 6 for 9. I wonder how much time he do that under the PNM administration. I'm just asking, for public knowledge, how many times did you tell the former Minister of Finance, don't give me no 6 for 9, we want we money? How much time that happened? Somebody can tell me how much time that happened? He revealed that prior to Monday's letter, the union made repeated attempts to contact the Minister of Finance, including 2 emails and several phone calls, the most recent last Friday, but received no direct response. Listen to this.
The General Secretary, Ms. Suan Marchand, would have reached out to their office and just ensure that they would have received the correspondence. But acknowledging the fact that you have received the correspondence, but you're not giving us any feedback, then we don't know what to do without any definite dates and so on in terms of our payments.
The most important thing, they acknowledge your letter. That's the most important thing. The ministry probably working out something in order for you to get your money. But you get an acknowledgement stating that they acknowledge your letter. How many times did Klangenberg now respond to all you? How many times did the Ministry of Finance respond to all you? You see, and that's the problem we have in 9 years you had a government. You can't tell them, well, hey, we fed up, we tired, ting. You can't tell them that 9, 11 months now a new government come in, still making plans, still drafting policies. But all you want 659 again. It's sad, you know. It's sad. It really stinking sad. So viewers, when asked whether any timeline had been given or provided for the payment in the adjusted salaries, the UNC-led government took office in April 2025. Ash stressed that Tuta negotiated with the government of Trinidad and Tobago, not a political party. Well, then all are supposed to understand that a new government running the country. All are supposed to understand that. And expects agreement to be honored. Your agreement, yes, we understand that. But patience is the key to success. How much time already demanded from the PNM administration? And what all they get? All they talk, keep talking. I believe Nan Gatsby was the former Minister of Education. How much time she responded? How much of the school got fixed? Take your time. Take your time. Don't tell them you want to hear nothing and you're fed up and you're tired. For 9 long years, all you wait and all you wasn't tired. Take all your time. Take all your time. Pat down a little bit. You will get a response from the ministry. You will get a response. And this is what we don't understand. For 9 years, you had the same bad hole in your community. But 10 months now, a new government in office, you wouldn't fix that. The Minister of Finance, former Minister of Finance, come out and tell Trinidad and Tobago that this government had no money. So I asked him how they was planning to run Trinidad and Tobago for the next 5 years if they were back in power. Ask them. Listen to this, Trinidad and Tobago.
At the time, whatever government would have been there, we would have negotiated with, and come into after, we know that they, and we're hoping that they would honor the agreement because it's not a political party. So the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, which is the new political party, we expect that they will give us what they have to give us in a timely manner.
In a timely manner. That is all, in a timely manner. So let me ask you a question to tutor. Suppose now you decided now to take all the teachers now and go on a strike. And all decide to stay home, putting the children now at risk. If the government come and fire everyone all, you don't look for that? You don't look for that? You're holding the country students at ransom and all decide to have a sick day. 9 years, all I was barking. I've been here for 9 years. For 9 years, we on television. How much barking all you do? And this is what I don't understand. As I said when I started the program, for 9 years, PNM run Trinidad and Tobago, and you still have the bad hole in your community. You still can't get water as you want in the community. But all I expect our government to fix it in 10 months, 11 months. Like I said, I want to find out what is the plan for the next 6 months. Not 5 years, not 4 years from now, not 3 years. What is the plan for the next 6 months? What would you all like to achieve in the next 6 months? And I am going to be hitting all the ministries, every single one, finding out, calling each minister, what is your plan? Who is in charge of North? Who is in charge of Central? Who is in charge of South? Who is in charge of Chagaramas? Who is in charge of Toko? Who is in charge of Guaya? What is your plan for the community and how long you're taking to achieve it? I understand you now come in, you know. I understand you now come in. We suffer for 9 years. I don't expect things to fix overnight. I don't. What I know is just now they are saying we've been a lot of heat and a lot of problem over who he favored. But nevertheless, in the coming days, I will tell you more about him. Trinidad and Tobago, we're going for a short commercial break. More when we return.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to Real Talk Financing and Investment, a place where your loans are guaranteed and you're rewarded with up to 5% upfront interest on your deposit. Why wait when you can invest with us today and reap the benefits? Speak with a representative at our central branch at 238-6716, 231-6219, or 339-1670, or our South branch at 242-9944, 241-0543, or 339-1670. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Investment company just for you. For you. For you. For you.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Welcome back.
So Trinidad and Tobago, Retirees Await Payment Act, MTS address arrears. Imagine that, eh? Unpaid benefits to retirees of the nation or the nation's Maintenance, Training and Security Company Limited, MTS, were brought sharply into focus during a second sitting of the Joint Select Committee of Parliament on State Enterprise. It was noted that discussions are continuing with relevant authorities to have outstanding financial matters addressed. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Public Utilities, Neela Ram, highlighted the state of the company, specifically updating the Committee on Payments to Retirees. Listen to this, Trinidad and Tobago.
We have the retirees who have not received their gratuities and so on. We have a number of companies who have not been paid for services. So we are working closely with MTS to look at all the issues and to come up with that plan that will incrementally deal with all of these issues. We do not have the quantities at this point in time, member, but I do know it's currently in the amount of arrears of 42 million. So
Trinidad and Tobago, every time Clongenberg reads a budget, he allocates money. He allocates money. So what I want to know now is that all the money that was allocated and allocated and allocated and allocated, where did all that money go? Where does all this money go when Clongenberg comes up with his allocation? Chairman of MTS, Dr. Adrian Barron, assured that the matter is being addressed. Listen to this.
So we have been in discussion again with the management and the PS. We do have a plan on the way forward in order to get the monies in order to do that payment, and we are looking at our receivables, correct? The receivables and a proper way forward in order to get in that receivables from the ministry, the different ministries that is owing MTS.
So Trinidad and Tobago, ask yourself now, where did all these allocation went? Where? Salary Review Committee under the PNM administration found it fit to raise 900 high-ranking individuals, judge, MPs, and whoever, raise their salary. 40% increase, let's just say. Finance Minister Clongenberg found it fit to make a $50 million increase to entertainment to the then Prime Minister's office. But MTS is owing money and can't get it. $50 million for entertainment. MP salary increase almost 40%. But MTS is being owed, and the former Minister of Finance cannot find the money to pay them. Listen to this. The executive of MTS indicated that the company owes $180 million to contractors, a matter that is being addressed by the Ministry of Finance now. Listen to this.
The invoices for those contracts, the projects, are to be submitted now to the Ministry of Education, to the Budget Division, to pay it from the Consolidated Fund. So it is no longer paying from those loan funds, as the money will return to the Central Bank.
Now Trinidad and Tobago, MTS is owed over $850 million by state agencies. So again, Clongenberg, all the money that were allocated to agencies while you ball in Trinidad and Tobago is experiencing a boom. Where did all that money go? How much PNM people work for MTS and couldn't get paid, the back pay? How much state agencies now owes MTS and couldn't pay? So I'm asking Clongenberg now, and I'm also asking Dan Paul, who was a Minister of Finance, working in the Ministry of Finance. How come all these state agencies owes MTS? How come? Where's all the allocation? Oh, Saieed, you're bashing and you're bashing. Really? A bashing? How about y'all get back pay? Clongenberg balling, oh, we na boom, we na boom, we na boom. Until we na doom, we na doom, we na doom. When he lost the election, he come out and say what? We lost touch with the people. Yeah? And he twists him out and he twists up his hand. We lost track of the people. We lost touch with them. It's sad, eh? Now, this administration now is finding corrupt documents now. And Saddam Hussein is bringing it out in the public. Where are all these ministers now? Where's all these ministers? So my thing now, Trinidad and Tobago, all these corrupt documents that Saddam Hussein is finding, and all this corruption that has taken place for the last 9 years, What I want to ask Saddam is how many individuals will be facing the court and how much of the corruption money that was paid, taxpayers' money that was paid under corruption, is Trinidad and Tobago going to get back? Because trust me, if you're finding corruption documents, which mean money paid, under false pretense. Under false pretense. So I wonder now, Saddam, if we are going to get back that money that was paid through corruption under false pretense. Are we going to get back that money? Is Trinidad and Tobago going to get back that money? You see, I will tell you something. You see, just how I want all the money every 30 days? Well, just what the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago wants their money. It's the same way. Keith Rowley said, I want my money. But as you hear the boat shut down for 1 week, your fowl and your goat and your sheep can't get food. Lack of development, you call that. For 9 long years. Ask yourself, where's the agriculture sector today? In this country. Millions were spent. Ask yourself, why is the hospital, the health sector in our state, and millions were spent from Terrence Dial Singh. But at the end of the day, in the coming weeks, through the Joint Select Committee, you can hear who Terrence favored and who he didn't favored. Trust me. Trust me, you're going to hear it. Because this is the only program in Trinidad and Tobago that brings the truth to you. We highlight it. We raise the covers. Let me tell you something. You think I'm afraid to highlight the truth? Nah. Nah. If you had to get rid of side, you're getting rid of side because he's talking the truth. So I want to know now if Saddam Hussein and John Jeremy is going to get back money that was paid through corruption and under false pretense. I wonder if we're going to get back this money. I wonder. I'm asking. Call a good night.
Night, Mr. Sai. Great program, great topic, man. You continue to educate the citizens and make them wiser of what is happening with the politics of this country. And if you ask the average citizen, the bright citizen, as yourself, they will tell you that the politics of the day is like a big... Hello?
I'm listening. You go right ahead.
Yeah, the politics of the day is like a big lodge. They play musical chairs with us, both parties. In 2015, the same thing happened. The PNM did the same thing. I blame the party that was in power for the last 5 years of corruption like that. People overwhelmingly voted them out. The same thing happened in 2025. The same thing happened. Not one single person will be held accountable for any wrongdoings, any corrupt practice in this country. Same thing like the police service, you know. Nobody is held accountable for the crime in the country, and nobody is addressing that. That's how you're going to fix crime. So the country is so corrupted, and like we have to change the motto. Together we aspire, together we achieve. Together the politicians continue to thief in this country. They so love the country. Why the present politician, bunch of politicians that say cut we salary? All so love the country. But you're taxing the citizens and taxing the citizens. Yes, correct. It is good to expose them so the citizens are getting knowledge every day how politicians thief, you know. That's what we getting knowledge about, how politicians thief from us. It's our money that they're stealing, you know. But not one single person will be held accountable and taken before a court and make jail in this country. They continue to fill their bank account, foreign and local. Mr. Sai, great job. You continue doing what you are doing to make this country a better place. We will succeed, Mr. Sai. God bless you and your staff.
Thank you, my friend. Opposition Senator Faris Arawi has rubbish Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander. Positions that collapse of the ZOSO bill, Zone of Special Operation bill, has contributed to the recent spate of murder, specifically those during the carnival season for 2026. Speaking ahead of today's Senate sitting, Al-Rawi said the ZOSO bill is a joint operation between police and army personnel in special areas labeled as hotspot. But it is not needed, he said. Minister Alexander has the power to make similar implementation. Listen to this.
What is stopping Minister Alexander from inviting the Commissioner of Police and the CDS, but I'm telling you, you don't need a Zozo. You can do joint patrols right now. You can flood the street with army and police right now. You just give the police the power to arrest that they have. You exercise your reasonable suspicions and your other areas, your reasonable grounds in law, and you get an effective cordon, you get an effective curfew. It can be done right now. I genuinely believe that the UNC intended for this law to collapse just so that they could blame somebody.
So now Trinidad and Tobago, what does amaze you now? Tell me. You know what amazes me? And I am sure it amazes you also. How come Faris Al-Rawi never said something like that when he was in power? We had a lazy Minister of National Security. Lazy. My job is not to make Trinidad and Tobago safe. So why the hell did Keith Rowley put him? Why did Keith Rowley put Rastaman, Fitzgerald Hines, to govern the security in Trinidad and Tobago? And why it is that Faris Al-Rawi didn't come out and say that kind of language back then when he was there? Say something. Let's talk now. That is why people say, oh, Saieed, you're bashing. But listen to Faris now. If the minister decides to take this part, Al-Rawi said, it would be impossible. It would be irresponsible to implement the Zoso bill, and the army will not be allowed to arrest persons. I'll be shocked now by this.
Because you're not giving the army the privileges and immunities. You would prejudice all of the defense force to legal action with no protection, because they will not have the privileges and immunities of the police service. And if you were to give the army the power of arrest, you're going to have the problem that their discipline is done by the Minister of National Security, and that the Prime Minister and a minister would be calling shots.
Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something. Presently in the country, all the officers need to do in the station is keep random roadblocks, random checks in the community, and that will fix the problem. Random. You see just how Eli had the license officers on the streets checking? You see just how they had the police on the streets checking? You see just how they had the traffic wardens on the street checking? That's how the police need to come out. That's how the license officers needed to come out. And that's how the traffic warden needed to come out. But you know when they bring them out? So they could generate funds for the government. Eli, am I correct? So why it is now, the same way the police come out to assist the license officers and to assist the traffic warden officers and to give people tickets, why it is they can't raid the community? Now let's say something now, man. Say something now. Why it is they can't keep random roadblock, search down the line? All you had to wait for Eli to come and raise the bill on Trinidad and Tobago citizen to penalize we, right? All you can't like me, you know. All you could never like me. You know why? You know why? I'm standing up for 1.4 million people in Trinidad and Tobago. That is why they can't like me. I don't care if UNC, PNM, wherever party belong to, that don't bother me. Fixing Trinidad is what bothering me. Millions of dollars being spent. My company paying tax. 9 years now. Well, we existed more than 9 years. But I'm just telling you, 9 years now we paying tax. And carrying the Savannah Road in Shogun is the same way. It's the same way. Other communities in the country, it's the same way. Big hole. When last I went to Tabland? When last I went Prentice Town? When last I went up on the east? When last I went Mayaro? When last I went down Debe, Pinal, Faizabad site to see the condition of the roads? But you know what? It had PNM ministers and PNM councillors there for 9 years, and the road is a stinking shame. And to know who is the minister? Rohan Sinanan. Oh, he's a Trinidadian. Proud to be a Trinidadian and a minister. And the damn road like long time Tasca passing on it. And he proud to be a minister. Rowley proud to be a minister of Trinidad and Tobago for 9 years. 1 week the boat I run, and he go to and sheep and hand no food in Tobago. And he proud. He come out on the media, oh my goat and my sheep ain't have no food, and we ain't have no food to give them. And he was a minister for 9 years. Lack of development Tobago. And where you coming from? Tobago. Under the PNM, they couldn't fix agriculture in Trinidad, but Dr. Rowley had an agriculture module to go Guyana. Them is the same set of people, we just do like this. Yay! While them getting raised happy, enjoying taxpayers' money, traveling on plane, taxpayers' money, paying for them to go all over the world. Your road get better? The groceries went down? Cost of living went down? Vehicle maintenance went down? Gas went down? Yay, Colin Membert. Yay, Foster Cummins. Yay, Keith Rowley. Yay, Rohan Sinanan. And we as human beings, we so dumb and stupid. When you get up in the morning and you dress up nice and you stand up in front of your house to go to work, a car pass and watch you because I have a pothole in front of your house. I could come out on television and say that. You know why? I have the power to say it. I have the power to make Trinidad and Tobago go international. That's the power I possess. And that is why I use my power. To let the outer world know how Trinidad and Tobago is being governed. I on TV 9 years now, going in 10. Dr. Rowley ruled for 9 years. And the citizens vote him out. Where he power gone? He has no power again. You know what power he have? To say he goat and he sheep hungry in Tobago. The boat bring food. That's the power he have. After a man served Tobago for 9 long years. That is what he come out to say. And then I had to be proud of he. I had to be proud of Rohan Sinanan as we minister. For 9 years, all I drive on the highway and all I go see something. When contractors don't fix the highway, you swear to God in some back street and they be you're running. They got telling all I swear to God in some back street down in Davie. Somewhere down quite down Faizabad and on some oil road. All I swear to God is a oil road only. And that is the highway. That is the national highway for Trinidad and Tobago. And the minister proud, I am a minister. Trinidad and Tobago, we are out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, another night, another show. Until we meet again.